also a greater gift to me is having Greg and Terry here, Magpie. They have been together for 46 years, doing what I, in my younger years, dreamed I would love to do, write songs about things that make a difference to people, and perform them in a way that would get people to listen and hear the messages about unions, about Native Americans, about the environment. And they've been doing just that for 46 years. Their CDs are out there. The one thing we don't really do, they have been incredibly successful in their lives, but it's really hard to make money doing that. So if you like the music, buy a CD. If you don't like the music, don't tell nobody. It's been my great pleasure for the last couple of days to sit around in this room with them playing songs and having them let me harmonize on their stuff, and they have been singing along on some of my stuff. So tonight we're going to do some of both. Mostly they're going to chime in on some of the stuff that I've done, and that to me is a huge gift. Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure. So, there are a number of occasions actually occurring in this general time frame. My birthday was actually back at the beginning of the month. My lovely sister is going to have a birthday on the 30th of this month, and she's not as old as I am, which isn't saying much.
Very nice. Sure how to take that.
That's the idea, ambiguity. It's what makes everyone takes their own meaning from it. It is also a time at which my lovely wife, whose motto during her work life has been, if I've been here for 5 or even 10 years, that's long enough. And so she's had a remarkable career doing a wide range of things. And so in commemoration of that, here's a small offering that consists essentially of her curriculum vitae.
Which you all didn't think you were coming to hear.
This is not part of any job application. I don't believe that she's actually quitting. That would not be like her, but she is not currently gainfully employed, so we'll take her.
In case you're hiring, no.
Take her word that she is in fact retired. So here's something about Cheryl's work history.
Oh, it's so long.
It's serious, really. California girl, 16, in the city of brotherly love, they had this new thing. They called it legal aid. Doing your very best to keep an immigrant family off of the street with their broken English and your high school Spanish. You never thought about what you lacked. A voice inside said, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Well, Boston University, the law school dean search committee met in the men's club. You came in through the back door. Well, they said, who's your candidate? You said she teaches at Columbia Law and she's general counsel to the ACLU. One day we call her RBG. They just patted you on the head and said, it's not a good fit. She can find someplace else to sit. Yeah, she can do that. Well, she could do that. You always said you had no enemies, you say. Alas, my friend, the boast is poor. She who has mingled in a fray that the brave endure must have made foes if you had none. I got to wonder what you might have done. You decided to cut your teeth A drinker, biddle and wreath with Philadelphia lawyers. The tall buildings downtown with the windows that don't open, trying to keep him from jumping. Imagining a lifetime, mortgage on a mansion on the main line, take a ride on the Reddit, Center City every morning. If the firm had a client, turn your frown to smiling, the government of the Virgin Islands. You went to take a deposition, found yourself a new position, and you never came back. Oh, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that. So island breezes, wind and waves, the CZMA, you found yourself a new home. You wrote the rules for the coastal zone. The Danish corporation had a plan for Hans Lalek Island, condos in a pink hotel. If you build it, it'll sell. You studied all of the fine print. Hey, the corporation failed to make a payment to this day. There's no long line of beach chairs, just palm trees and prickly pear, and iguanas and parrots, and fiery sunsets on Hans Lalek Isle. Oh, I like your style, you kick-ass bureaucrat. Oh, you can do that. You always said, you have no enemies, you say. Alas, my friend, the coast is poor. She who has mingled in the fray, that the brave endured, must have made foes if you have none. Oh, what you might have done. Does go on for 3 pages on one. You keep changing jobs. Had a little bit of trouble with your man. You came back to the mainland, making up a new plan. Got yourself an LLM. You did all right, and just for laughs, you put in for Senate staff with Slade Gordon. You fish stick Republican. Well, by now I guess you knew that all you gotta do is get that interview. You can talk them into you at the drop of your hat. You could always do that. Oh, you could do that. Well, application of law to fact, the Endangered Species Act, a little fancy lingo, and a lot of compromise. It got reauthorized. You were the first woman staff director, House Science and Tech Investigations, Oversight, Biotechnology and Spaceflight. And your objections were duly noted when the Challenger exploded. They said don't dig too deep. There were secrets you couldn't keep. No, you couldn't do that. You could never do that. As you always said, you have no enemies, you say. Alas, my friend, the coast is poor. She who has mingled in the fray, that the brave endure, must have made foes. You have none. I wonder what you might have done. You came out west and started building, met the father of your children. You were a Mount Tabor home buyer. Went to work for Dave Frommeyer. It's a rhyme. One of the last Republican good guys statewide had you talking fish with the treaty tribes. They all loved you up and down the Columbia. You reached into the statute books, found a legal hook. Natural resource damages. You pollute, you pay. There's a new sheriff in town. got a badge, no gun, didn't need no 10-gallon hat. You could always do that. Yeah, you could do that. After 10 years of that AG dance, you dusted off your freelance. Some of the things you did, you wrote a book about books for kids. Working with Claire on teaming with wildlife, homeschooled Nora and Eli with the folks at Port Orford, made Oregon's first marine reserve. Because in case they hadn't heard, Audubon's not just for the birds. Was a new direction, working with commercial fishermen, not really orthodox. Some folks were throwing rocks, and you threw them right back. Yeah, you could do that. You could always do that. As you said, you have no enemies, you say. Alas, my friend, the boast is poor. She who has mingled in the fray, that the brave endure, must have made foes if you have none. We'll never know what you might have done. We're way past 2000 now, don't worry. Around about 2010, we lost a lawyer and you stepped in, took a practice that nearly died, made it a source of pride. Well, you could make a little money in SSD, but you always loved the refugees. They were a lot more different. They'd have us over for dinner. Well, you said, I'm gonna do a lot more of it. You started your own nonprofit, RDBO Rise. A couple years it doubled in size. Then it caught her goes eye. They made a takeover try. You said, I think I'll step back. I said, if you really mean that, I'll eat my hat. I'm just waiting for your next at-bat. You can't help working it every day, and I don't care, it's not okay. Whatever it is, you can do that. Working on a project to remove from mining, prospecting, and development 340,000 acres in the Pasayten Wilderness, which is up closer to the Canadian border and is the headwaters of the Mattal River, which is a tributary of the Columbia. And they worked this hard for a long time, all the politics, Washington State, Washington, D.C., and it was a kind of touch and go because, of course, the person that had to sign off at the end of 2018 was Mr. Zinke. And they apparently didn't know where the right lotion was that you could buy, you know. So, in any event, when Zinke didn't sign the thing by the end of 2018, their withdrawal for 20 years of this 340,000 acres became a dead letter. Wasn't possible. So they took one last shot and they went to Congress, and they went to the two senators from Washington and managed to put something together which went along with a bill that brought a whole bunch of other land in the country. Some good news environmentally in many different kinds of ways. And they got the 340,000 acres withdrawn permanently.
Oh.
Indeed. So here's a song about that.
Another song about that. People are always doing it.
So there's a place in here where you can sing along, and all you have to sing is "Gotta Have Water." Okay? You can just say it or shout it, or say it under your breath if you want to. And it's pretty obvious, and there are many opportunities to say it, so you can take as many as you like. Take me to the headwaters, Show me where the water runs down. Does it still run clear and cold? Does it still keep its secrets underground? In the time when the ground finally stopped moving, there was copper built inside, molten hot. When it got cooled down, it wanted to shine like the sun. Leave it alone, leave it in the ground. Gotta leave it in the ground. Let the cold, clear water run down. Blue River Corporation, we dig mines. We're laser focused on the bottom line. Gonna bring that copper out. We got trucks with tires twice the size of your house. We're gonna open up that pit mine, cut this mountain down 2 sides, pile up all the pieces and leach them out. Catch the sulfuric acid before it runs down the side. Leave it in the ground. I'll leave it in the ground. Let the cold, clear water run down. The salmon gotta have cold, clear water. Can't swim back to a cyanide stream. Eagle gotta have clean water. Gotta fly good fish to the top of that tree. Bobcat gotta have water. Muscat gotta have water. Little brown bat gotta have water. All gods this and that gotta have water. Mayfly gotta have water. Horsefly gotta have water. Dragonfly gotta have water. Dry fly floats on the water. Trumpeter swan gotta have water. Great blue heron gotta have water. Magpie gotta have water. Rattlesnake gotta have water. 'Cause every creature knows the reason, and the trees can tell you why. Don't want no blue Matau River unless it's reflecting the color of the sky. Leave it in the ground. Leave it in the ground. Let the cold, clear water run down. Bring your daddy, bring your mom. The whole valley's meeting up at the barn. Friends and neighbors, daughters-in-law. There's 340,000 acres we gotta withdraw. Both the grain farmers gotta have water. Ski hood warmers gotta have water. Fence menders gotta have water. Bartender gotta have water. City hall clerk gotta have water. Paper hat soda jerk gotta have water. Highway surveyor gotta have water. Town mayor gotta have water. Little bitty babies gotta have water. Skate skiing ladies gotta have water. County commissioners gotta have water. .com pensioners gotta have water. Guy at the laundromat gotta have water. Republican Democrat gotta have water. Snowplow driver gotta have water. Wildland firefighter gotta have water. Cattle rancher gotta have water. What was the question? The answer's always water. Not bad, thank you. If any one of us can tell you that a mountain's hard to move, but when it's all of us together, well, it's mighty surprising what we can do. Leave it in the ground. Or leave it in the ground, or leave it in the ground, let the cold water run down. Well, there's no heap leach mining now in the headwaters of the Meta, 'cause this river's been our living wage ever since the last ice age. And you know that water won't be waiting from dusk to dark and dark till dawn. It's gotta roll from the Pacific to the Columbia now. Get down, roll on, roll on. So take me to the headwaters. Show me where the water runs down. Does it still run clear and cold? Does it still keep its secrets underground? Thanks very much, and thanks really to all those folks up in the Meta who did so much good work for so long to achieve that kind of a result. That's a lot of labor. Makes a big difference. Okay, well, so hey, so this is a song that has a lyric in it to which my daughter has objected, and actually, so has my wife, and so have some other people. And I changed this lyric. Thank you. So
You're not going to tell what it is.
No, let's hear it for the political correctness. Police, here at the house.
Sensitivity to the feelings of others.
Yeah, there's no to
Political correctness.
people who don't like dogs as much as I like dogs, but that's okay. Anyway, hey.
Is it okay
So
if we
here we
join
go. Yeah. Well, let's hear it for Greg and Tim. No, you did. Okay. Yes, as I said, one of the great pleasures of this birthday season, or any for me, has been sitting around playing and singing with these guys, and you'll see why. And so, shall we do this song?
Well, we'll give it a try.
Well, we'll give it a try. Sure we will.
D minor, right?
In B minor, yeah. B minor is a relative minor of D, so that's how come we're saying the same thing, I think. When the glacier had the planet in its grip, folks had yet to figure out the sailing ship. They came across the Siberian plain for a new world, a new game. Send them to me, send them to me. Give me a tide, your port, your huddled mass that's yearning to breathe free. The refugees of these unceasing wars, send them to me, send them to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door, send them to me. Henry VIII excommunicated Rome, but a priest was still a gold-plated priest when he's at home. So pure and simple folk sail to the west. 'Cause if you've got a God, you can't bow down to all the rest. Send them to me. Give me a tide, your poor, your huddled mass is yearning to breathe free. The refugees of these unceasing wars, send them to me, Americans, the Germans formed the seas. The Chinese built the railroad to the Western Sea. Italians, Irish, Jews, Vietnamese. There's a little bit of them in all of you and me. Send them to me. There were the ones never meant to come, from West Africa in chains at the point of the gun. The lies that made the cotton trade were black, they matter not, just because we built their country on their backs. Send them to me. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The refugees of these unceasing wars. Send them to me. Send them to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Send them to me. Yes, I've seen what everybody's got. Are you tossing in the salad or melting in the pot? There's a better world that you can't sense. We are who we are because of our difference. Send them to me. Give me your time, your war, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The refugees of these unceasing wars. Send them to me. Send them to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Send them to me. I care not for the ones who have it all, for the fearful, the selfish, the narrow-mean and small. I light the way with fire upon my hand, and my heart is twice as big as all the land. Send them to me. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The refugees of these unceasing wars. Send them to me. Send them to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Send them to me.
Everything here is just amazingly beautiful. So we thought we would get you singing. We have lots of wonderful friends, and our friend Brian Bowers wrote this song. And some of you know him because he's from around here.
He is now, anyway.
Yeah. And anyway, this is a song you may be familiar with. It's called Friend for Life. It's one of my favorite songs. My mother used to just beg to have us sing it. So I'm begging you to please sing with all your beautiful voices and join in.
So this is Brian's homage to the songs. You know, what happened was he had this terrible injury and he was laid up in a hospital with traction and he couldn't get to sleep even if they gave him drugs. Nothing would knock him out. And his wife came in and said, you know what you need is you need some music. You need to be playing some music. So she brought in his auto harp and she rigged up a little music stand hanging from the traction frame, and he started singing songs every day, and he finally was able to get to sleep. I figured it was the music that saved the day. We'll do a chorus and then we'll line a chorus out for you. Well, by the way, Brian lives way up in way up on the Canadian border in north central Washington State. He's originally from Yorktown, Virginia. but he's lived up in Washington for a long time. He lives up there, you know, right in the middle of the giant cedar grove. This place. Anyway, here we go.
Welcome Hobbs the dog. And please help us sing. Oh, let's have another round of applause for Jim. Unbelievable.
When your mom and your dad cross your mind, thinking back to the ties that bind, can't fill your heart like learning soul song. They used to say back when they were young, when you learn a song, you got a friend for life.
bulk of his songs are a little bit more like this. This one is,
This is one that we actually learned they were doing a Lifetime Achievement Award for him in Woodstock, Illinois, not New York.
yeah, he was,
And we were asked to come and be a part of it. And the man has done an incredible volume of work.
yeah, it's amazing.
And when we heard him do this song, we said, oh my God.
Well, we have to learn it. This is a perfect dialogue song too. So this got a great chorus. There's a little story song, you know, it tells a little story. And they made a movie
Yeah.
out of this story. But I don't think Michael got any of the money, which was too bad. Anyway, it's got a great chorus. So, and well, one of the other things I really love about this song is that it's written in 6/8 time. There aren't very many people who write jigs, you know, write songs that are actually jigs. We just were really kicked by that. That's really good. So here it is. It goes like this. I don't want to do it too fast.
Right.
Because, yeah, we don't want to hurt ourselves. One day a beautiful princess was walking on a bog, on a slab of peat. Who should she meet but Fred the talking frog? Top of the morning to your lass, hello, hello, cries he. I'd be glad you know if you'd stop a mo and listen close to me. You see, I've been bewitched, and I'm needing a royal miss, such is your lovely self, to give this ugly mug a kiss. Such a metamorphosis within ensue, I tell you true, for I'm really a former prince, and I'll straightway marry you. Right, piggly, down in the rugby, hi-ho, Harriman's carrot, bread, no white roast or cranberries, toffee, toady, Jimmy Capote, driving this like with money, I'm shaking that next to see with the red cup of tea on a bleary Sunday morning.
That's your part. Well, I've heard that song and that dance before, said the princess, it's all fine, but if it's a kiss you're after, chances are you'll have to stand in line. There's frogs outside my father's castle, there's frogs in the royal hall, there's frogs bouncing off the chimney, there's frogs bouncing off the wall, there's frogs floating in the moat, on the stairs and in the shelf. And if I had to kiss every one of them, by Jesus, I'd have no time to myself. So let's make it quick. We're swiftly falls the hour, and I'm due back home for me evening shift and pining in the tower.
Down and around with me, hi-ho, Harriman's hair and red, no white roast or cranberry, toffee, toady, Jimmy Capote, driving this cycle with mommy or shaking a dance by the sea with a ring of a tea and a merry Sunday morning.
Well, she's just about to kiss him when Mrs. Frog comes hopping by, saying, Fred, you're late for supper.
Coming here.
Was his reply, you mean he's not bewitched, the princess says. Not just Oz, it's Mrs. Frog. And they come to kissing princesses he meets upon the bog. You know, I love me Fred, but he chafes his family ties. And I'd invite you home for dinner, me dear, but I only have 2 flies. My God, you didn't kiss him. Today's your lucky day. But when I kissed Fred, I was a princess too. There's a word of this word.
Johnny goes down, piggly, down and around with me, hi-ho, Harriman's hair and red, no white roast or cranberry, toffee, toady, Jimmy Capote, driving this back, painting me down, he's smart to have, back to the hair, this American Cheryl, all in the books, swagger with Vic the Black, riding this like a whip, Molly, you're shaking that next by the sea with a ring of a tea and a bleary Sunday morning. Toady, Jimmy Capote, painting me down, he's smart to have, back to the hair, this American Cheryl, all in the books, swagger with Vic the Black, riding this like a whip, Molly, you're shaking that next by the sea with a ring of a tea and a bleary Sunday morning. And that's when you see with an LSD Timothy bleary Sunday morning. Thank you very much. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full night tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water the forest with their rain, then it runs down to the rivers and back home to you again. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full night tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at the edge of the sea. Water is life. I'm gonna lay my body down on the salt sea-kissed sand and let the waves wash over me, foam running through my hand. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full night tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Everything I am, everything I need, I know it's true, it comes from you. Water is the seed, a little Mother Ocean planet in a universe so wide. We've got to rise up like a tide and try to turn the tide. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full night tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full night tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. Water is life. Mother Ocean nourishes me at full night tide at the edge of the sea. Water is life. 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 Water is life.
Each of them weaves the happy birthday theme into one of Beethoven's most famous compositions. So this is Happy Birthday, Dear Ludwig. Starting out with the theme from Bagatelle, Opus 119.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
The Minuet in G. The Sonata Pathétique.
The Moonlight Sonata.
No? Who knows?
Symphony 5.
Thank you. Number 5.
made us get a tune before she died. I see why. It was worth it.
So, I had really a lot of fun thinking about this gathering for a long time, and I decided that I would take the opportunity to really spend some time reflecting on Jim, our life together, our growing up together in this wonderful little suburb of Jenkintown, and realizing just how incredibly fortunate we were in where we grew up and the time and place now. These many decades ago. And so I asked Cheryl and my husband Mark and Nora and Eli to send me stories and just phrases that they thought described Jim's qualities. And I actually decided to put it all together in a little file that I entitled The Essence of Jim.
I could use a
Sounds kind of strange, I know, but I took all these little pieces and kind of put them in categories and tried to think about, what does it all add up to? And there were, the qualities and stories that many of you know of, you've been a part of them. I think about this huge head. How many of you know that Jim has a really big head?
A lot of brain power in that.
A lot of brain power and this huge heart that he brings to everything, whether it's creating this beautiful family, the place that surrounds us. I hope all of you had a chance to look at the gorgeous landscape that Jim and Cheryl and the kids have created. His stunning, compassionate, and incredibly successful legal career. And then, of course, his love of words, music, whether he's writing a legal brief or writing a love song or a tune about Fruit Loops. I actually had another motivation, though, for kind of trying to put it all together. And that was that I thought it is high time that someone wrote a song for Jim. And it just turns out that I have the Magpies in my life, and they graciously agreed to do that. So, the Magpie song for Jim.
Eli's and Mark's. All their love is in this song.
Sometimes it seems the time flows slow, but when you really stop to think and look back over years gone by, they've gone by in a blink. Oh, this old earth journeys round the sun, swings out and back again. That you know those circles made 70. Sometimes it seems the time flows slow, but when you really stop to think and look back over years gone by, they've gone by in a blink. Sun swings out and back again, and the next thing that you know, those circles made 70. You gotta make your world a special place, full of beauty, a living space. You gotta pull some weeds, deal with grime, and make it grow. One flower at a time. You gotta go out that world to see. With the wind in your face, you're coasting free, even though you face a long, hard climb.
at a time. Sometimes it seems the time flows slow, but when you really stop to think and look back over years gone by, they've gone by in a blink. Oh, this old earth journeys round the sun, swings out back again, and the next thing that you know, those circles make 70 You gotta tell the stories that you find can touch the heart and touch the mind. Start to smile with an artful rhyme. It's gonna come one song at a time. So it's not right to stand idly by injustice. You gotta rectify. To let it go, that would be a crime. You gotta fight one wrong at a time. Sometimes it seems the time flows slow, but when you really stop to think and look back over years gone by, they've gone by in a blink. Oh, this old earth journeys around the sun, swings out back again, and the next thing that you know, those circles in 70 You may not think you're special, trying to shine, not the kind of guy who'd stand out in a crowd. But you know the ones who love you most couldn't be more proud. Sometimes it seems the time goes slow, but when you really stop to think and look back over years gone by, they've gone by in a blink. Oh, this old earth journeys around the sun, swings out back again, and the next thing that you know, those circles make 70 70 Lose count.
Before we enjoy a little more music by Magpie, I want to add my feelings on this the occasion, not exactly the date, of Jim's 70th birthday. And I think I can best describe Jim to you by tying together the threads of two very different stories. The first one concerns the song and the book called The Carrot Seed. How many here are familiar with The Carrot Seed? In brief, this is a children's book that dates back to at least the 50s, maybe the 40s, so we both have read it, about a little boy who's going to plant a carrot seed. Nobody else believes it will grow, but this little boy does. And what is special about this song is a couple of things, or the song and the book. The first is that when Eli was small,
Imagine his embarrassment.
I've been waiting for this.
and with his girlfriend in the audience, I will share with you that Eli really enjoyed having this song sung to him in all sorts of places. And his father was a devoted enough father that those places included public restrooms. And Jim could be heard inside the men's room at the zoo or wherever we might be, singing to Eli the carrot song as Eli did his business in there.
It was a form of encouragement.
An important child rearing lesson that I have no doubt Eli will remember. But what I took from this were some qualities in Jim that I would describe as optimism, just like the little boy in the story, determination, a belief in himself, in what he could achieve. And later, as time went on, there were a couple qualities that would be added to that. Caesar, please don't breathe hard. And those qualities are best exemplified in a very quick story about our recent trip to Hawaii, in which I unfortunately took off both of my rings. Some of you may remember when Jim gave me this ring at our 25th wedding anniversary. I took them both off and put them in my lap to put suntan lotion on my hands. And we then drove the Hana Highway in Maui and made multiple stops. Got out and hiked and walked around. And I suddenly became aware that this ring was not on my finger. And obviously I became very upset. The situation was obviously hopeless. We had been to many stops, I think 4 or 5. And we did stop, we searched the car. Unfortunately, it was not in the car. I said to Jim, this is hopeless. You know, let's just turn around and go back to the motel. And Jim said, no, I think we can find it. That optimism, which has been such a sustaining part of my life during the 3 decades that I've been married to Jim. And then there was the determination, and then he applied the later developed analytical skills, keen analytical skills.
Only after I married Cheryl did I develop that.
And we went and stopped at every single parking lot we had parked in, gravel parking lots, you know, tourist buses. This is not an undiscovered place, the Hana Highway. And at the very last one, Jim, down on his hands and knees as he had been, looking through the gravel, found my ring. Wow. Yeah. So, what I associate with this is
He's a good looker.
he's a good looker. He believes against all odds. He is an optimist, and he is a very committed and loving husband who knew how heartbroken I was or would be without this. And he was absolutely determined. And that is just a small bit of who Jim Coon is, but one of the reasons I have been fortunate enough to be married to him and love him for all these years.
He's also one lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, one lucky son of a bitch. There's that too.
My Uncle Rick, 19 years younger than our mom, kind of a surprise that came along back to the days before modern birth control. In any event, is a, I mean, you know, we spent some time with him. His wife Janet is one of the most lovely people ever, and well, that's just a lovely person. Anyway, we were visiting them down in Naples, Florida, at one point a number of years ago, and Uncle Rick mentioned that on Saturday night they were going to church the next day, and they're sort of modern evangelicals, and Fox News is on all the time. And he has, in fact, a room about the size of my garage that contains nothing but firearms. In any event, but I can talk to Uncle Rick because he's my sister's kid brother, not just my mom's kid brother. In any event, they said, would you like to come to church with us the next day? And on Sunday, and Cheryl developed a splitting headache. It's a good play. And so I went, though, because I'm always curious, optimistic, determined.
Could make a good song.
And I'll spare you the content of the ceremony, but if you've ever been to one of these places, there are thousands of people in there, big screens showing the preacher. There's a full band up there, and the drummer is encased in plexiglass, basically, because otherwise it would be too loud. And the choir is just like, there are hundreds of people up there singing, the kinds of things you might think they'd be singing. And there will be another song about the content of the sermon, which in capsule was that relating that he had been to Nepal and told everyone about Jesus and received really positive feedback. The preacher recommended that the congregation should go and do the same thing in Syria and Yemen. So anyway, later we had a little reunion thing several years ago with that family, and my cousin Connie, who was in our generation and a good deal more woke than her dad, told me that those people in the choir up there, a large number of them were actually carrying firearms. So we thought that the song "Firearms, Guns." So this song is called "Guns." There's a country church out by the foreland, not the picture you have in your mind. Just crickets on Monday, 10 a.m. Sunday. Parking can be hard to find, 'cause the preacher's got Jesus on the line. Inside, a couple thousand believers. Big screen has the show on both sides. Fundamentalist menu in a rock concert venue. The sinner's got no place to hide. And up front, they got guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. You never know who might get crazy these days. Sometimes the Lord works in mysterious ways. We're singing for Jesus up here, and we're holding our fire. You're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. There's 120-odd singers holding forth as the congregants kneel in 3/4 length rows right under your nose. The righteous aim never to yield, and it's easy to carry concealed. Guns in the choir, guns in the choir. We promise we'll never leave you in the lurch, and that's why we're bringing our firearms to church. We're singing for Jesus up here, and we're holding our fire. We're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. There's the frosty blonde Sunday school teacher with a warm smile, she's always the first. Jesus keeps her from harm, but forewarned is forearmed. She likes to prepare for the worst. Got a Glock 19 in her purse. Guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. We're some of the nicest folks you'll ever meet. We're praising the Lord and we're packing the heat. We're singing for Jesus up here and we're holding our fire. You're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. There's Coach, he's a molder of character, teaching young men good sport as they play. And with every lesson, Mr. Smith and Wesson will back up whatever he'll say. His persuasion can blow you away. Guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. Careful of the heart when you shoot for the soul. Those hollow point rounds make a heck of a hole. We're singing for Jesus up here and we're holding our fire. You're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. Well, we're praying for Justice Scalia, and we hope that it's not too late. Guns used to be special just for the militia, but now the Constitution's up to date. Well, at least since 2000 and guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. You don't have to worry, don't have to be scared, 'cause all the sopranos are loaded for bear. We're singing for Jesus up here and we're holding our fire. You're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. You might ask what's going on here, 'cause the Lord told us thou shalt not kill. But the Second Amendment, that's our first commandment. Jesus keeps our soul from the fire. Here on earth we got guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. You're asking the pigs to jump over the fence. If you expect this stuff to make any sense, we're singing for Jesus up here and we're holding our fire. You're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. Guns in the choir. But now here's the thing, it's guns and religion to which we all cling. We're singing for Jesus up here and we're holding our fire. You're perfectly safe, but just in case we've got guns in the choir. True story.
True story.
All right, I think this is just plain E, right?
Okay, so
Okay, so this, I owe this song to my brother-in-law Mark, who turned me on to a series of YouTube type presentations made by celebrity voices, people whose voices you would recognize in the person of some aspect of Mother Nature, who was not pleased with what's going on, and was telling people that. So this song sort of picks up on that theme. It's a rhythm and blues, actually. It's perfect for harmonic. Well, some folks call me mother, but I got another name. Some folks call me mother, but I got some other name. You can call me earthquake, volcano, landslide, hurricane. You say you're gonna save the planet, don't make me laugh. You say you're gonna save the planet, but don't make me laugh. Plan to be here long after we see the last of your sorry ass. Well, I take the long view, think you know what I mean. Do you remember who roamed the earth back in the early Pleistocene? They had their big hairy style, not just what you think. They adapted for a while, but now they're all extinct. For a while there they were in the thing. Then you know who came along and pushed them past the brink. You're burning up all those fossil fuels. It's a fright attack. You're burning all those fossil fuels. Some creature in the future gonna find your fossilized BMW. You push a boat full of garbage out on the sea. A whole raft of New York City garbage out on the sea. And then you bait your hook and you ask me for something to eat. Well, you swim out the mountaintop, you know that ain't right. You get radioactive just to keep on burning bright. After I turn out the lights, and you damn the Colorado just to play in Las Vegas all night. I don't really care about what you do. You know I don't care about what you do. Cause I've been here about 22,000 times longer than you. Oh, you're no favorite species of mine. You're no favorite species of mine. And you're sure no product of intelligent design. Well, I made the soil out of rock with rain and wind. Turns out that's something you can grow your food in. You act like you don't know, that's a thin skin. Well, I can make more, but you won't be here when that shipment comes in. You took a wolf, turned him into one of your pets. You took a wolf, turned him into one of your pets. I don't think that Yorkshire Terrier is about as good as it gets. Go ahead and cut down the forest, I don't care. Burn down the Amazon to graze your cattle, I don't care. I'm not the one that has to breathe that air. Sometimes a mother's gotta sound a little tough love. It might come from underground or rain down from above. There gonna be problems you can't solve. Well, you might wanna ask yourself, how fast can you evolve? Well, some folks call me mother, but I got another name. Some folks call me mother, but I got some other name. Call me earthquake, volcano, landfly, wildfire, El Nino, heat wave, ice age, Better check the rain gauge, disappearance seashore, incoming meteor, tsunami, cyclone. You know you're never alone, earthquake, volcano, landslide, hurricane.
All right, here you go.
Follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria, Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick. Step and you slide on a big oil slick. Follow the money. Follow the money. That's the chorus. Sing it with us. Follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria, to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick. Slip and you slide on a big oil slick. Follow the money. Follow the money. Our addiction to oil is at the core. Guzzling and guzzling more and more. We keep on drilling to the ends of the earth. How many barrels is a human life worth? How long will it take for us to see? Somebody owns the powers that be. Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick. Slip and you slide on a big oil slick. Follow the money. Follow the money. Which politicians stand to gain with big oil money in their campaign? They give a big tax break subsidies. Our pockets are empty and we're on our knees. You have a burden, don't have to comply. They got the very best Congress oil money can buy. Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money from where it's spent right to the office of the president. Follow the money. Follow the money. Separate oil and state. Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money to solar power, free energy, every daylight hour. Follow the money to power that's green. We don't mean the oil dollar machine. Follow the money from the wholesale state, from the power of oil that is separate. Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money from the oil can, from Iraq, Nigeria to Kazakhstan. Follow the money from the tanker boats to the halls of Congress where it buys the votes. Follow the money till it makes you sick. Step and you slide on a big old slick. Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the money.
Craig and I do a lot of work on protecting water and have worked on the Hudson River Slough Clearwater with Pete Seeger and this huge community of incredible musicians, scientists, teachers, and activists. And one of our friends was an entomologist on the boat, and her name was Betty Boomer. So of course she had to start a band called Betty and the Baby Boomers. And she and her band write some of the most exquisite songs. Jean in the band, McAvoy, she is a, well, Steve Stan is an ornithologist, Betty's an entomologist. I think Jean is a fish expert, an ichthyologist. And so all these people bring these beautiful ideas together. And sometimes we talk about water and we don't think for just a minute that we can actually just sit on the water and be with it, moving with it, thinking about it while we save it. And so she wrote this very beautiful song called Back Bay. And we put it on the Rachel Carson collection because Rachel was very much about the Back Bay. So we hope you enjoy it. Can I borrow that guitar? Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace and all are free. All borders long, we'll join hand in hand till the arc of justice touches every land. Try it with us.
Build the world.
Build the world that we want to see,
Where we live in peace.
where we live in peace
And all are free.
and all are free.
All borders fall.
All borders fall.
We'll join hand in
Join hand in hand
till the arc of justice.
till the arc of justice touches every land. Where the people's will shall never fail to rout the tyrant and support the frail. Seek the righteous path of honesty, deem the high and haughty of low degree. Where every soul gets what they need, no one takes more by graft and greed. Work, wealth, joy, hardship we'll all share, and no one will yearn to be a billionaire. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace and all are free. Once borders fall, we'll join hand in hand till the arc of justice touches every land. Where we see with a vision clear how the blunders bear on our biosphere, where our living planets honor true, from mountain glaciers to oceans blue. Where we take from her only to give back, no carbon burning up a black smokestack. Our leaders follow that healing way and work to save her every day. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace and all are free. Once borders fall, we'll join hand in hand till the arc of justice touches every land. Where whatever you choose to believe doesn't mean you did receive special power over other lives, no special right rules to contrive. Where true love makes a family, and to love all are truly free. Where love comes to each family's child, and that loving bond is undefiled. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace and all are free. Once borders fall, we'll join hand in hand till the arc of justice touches every land. Where no vote suppressed, no dream deferred, and every person's voice is heard. Where rights remain uninterrupted, and elected ones stand uncorrupted. Where rule is not by stolen power, all can speak out and not cower. Where money can't defeat the choice made by the power of the people's voice. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace and all are free. Lost borders strike a chord, respect and dignity are restored. Where armies stand out everywhere, swords finally become plowshares. Tranquility will then increase when the weapons of war shall rust in peace. Till the world everyone sees, where we live in peace and are free. All's borders is all, we'll join hand in hand till the arc of justice touches every land. Till the world everyone sees, where we live in peace and all are free. We'll join hand in hand till the arc of justice touches every land. Till the arc of justice touches every land. Song for the dogs, and then maybe one more, and then we'll call it that. Our friend Jay wrote this really great, well, actually, he said that Julie, Golden Retriever. wrote it.
Golden.
Very cute.
So it's.
Okay, are we just gonna do this?
Yes, let's just do it.
Okay.
Come on over here, Jim.
Another song.
I don't
You
care
don't
if
know that song?
Doesn't matter if you don't know it. Come on over. You can help us.
From a dog's,
Yeah.
dog stands.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to play, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Caesar's ready.
Oh.
And Hobbs is
He's
on.
listening.
Once we did this, and a huge audience, and two dogs, just as we started, came up, sat down, and looked.
Oh my God.
And everybody thought we planned it. We didn't. And they just sat there going. It was just like magic. So now they've got some.
Wish we could get our dogs to cooperate.
I'm sure you've all heard the original version of this song, so you'll know exactly what to do when we get to that part of the song. And if you want to, hold your lighters or your matches up, that would be fine. Okay, it goes like. From a dog stands the world's a bowl of food, and no dog is in need. From a dog stands no dog is ever rude, just one hungry mouth to feed. From a dog stands there is harmony, and it rests upon your plate. It's the drool of hope, it's the look of guilt, that's the stance of every dog. From a dog stance, we all have enough, so why not give dogs more? From a dog stance, dogs can't comprehend what all these cats are for. From a dog stance, we are waitresses marching to the kitchen now, bringing bowls of food, make that people food. That's the stance of every dog. All right, everybody. Dogs are watching us. Dogs are watching us. Dogs are watching us from a dog stance. From a dog stance, the
holds a bowl of food and no dog is in need. There are no cats, no postmen, bats or fleas, just one hungry mouth to feed. From a dog's dance, there is harmony, and it rests upon your plate. It's the rule of hope, it's the look of guilt, that's the stance of every dog. Everybody, dogs are watching us, dogs are watching us, dogs are watching us from a dog's dance.
So this is a song that Greg and I have just been just honored to know that it's kind of a song that's sung all over the world, and it's been used for many really great purposes. And it's a beautiful song based on the actual words of a very important woman, a woman named Ella Baker. She was the woman behind Martin Luther King. She arranged his tours. She made sure that everything went smooth. She started the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee with about $600 and a bunch of high school students. And she changed the world, and she used to say things like this. She said, "Give light, and people will find the way, I do believe." So you can actually help me sing it with some sign interpretation if you'd like. And just shake out your hands, relax, stand up if you want to, because you've been sitting a long time, whatever you want to do. Just help us sing this song and put as much harmony as you can. And thank you so very much.
Give light, and people will find a way. Give light, and people will find the way. Give light, and people will find the
Nora if it weren't for Maggie. So Maggie and Mark kind of said, hey, you got to get to know my brother. So we're like so thrilled because now we can go around and sing Jim songs. Or as my friend in Scotland says, you can nick his songs. So I'd like to invite Mark and Maggie to come up and sing this very special song. A friend of ours wrote this. He was kind of an interesting person because when he would go to bed at night, now this shows you how old we are, he would put a tape recorder by his bed so that if in the middle of the night a song came to him, he would wake up and sing it into the tape recorder. So in the morning, he would remember what it was he was writing. And this song.
He dreamed some songs.
And he dreamed this one. He dreamed this one. So, Mark and Maggie, please. Now, this is about you, about each and every one of you. It's called Good People by our friend Jeff Deichman.
I think this is where we start.
Good people, I will sing to you. This song came to me sleeping, and is to thank you for the love you share and the friendship that we're keeping. Oh, I've tasted wine while all alone, and as one friend among others, but by far the cups we overturned together, they were sweeter. And if it's ever from me you must go, or your life you must surrender, do not have a thought that you'll be lost, for it's you I will remember. Oh, I am a poor and simple soul, and my favorite dream of any is that faster shall my spirit rise, with my hands and pockets empty. Good people, I will sing to you. This song came to me dreaming, and it's to thank you for the love you share and the friendship that we're keeping.
There's more pie.
That's for sure.
Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you, folks.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, Jim. So glad I could be here.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Hey, buddy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, Jim. Keep the rapping rhymes coming.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, Jim. Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, Jim. Happy birthday from the cousins.
Happy birthday, Jim. We love you.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Old devil time, I'm gonna fool you now. Old devil time, you'd laugh
Bye.